Man of the Year is the 8th episode of the Tortellis. This is directed by Michael Zinberg. And to be honest, I don't have a lot to say. I didn't like it. I didn't dislike it. I wasn't watching it bored necessarily, but I can't think of anything that I liked. That's a lie. I like Annie's outfit. In fact, there are two great things about this. So tell a lie. There are two things I like. Annie's outfit and the fact that Annie is earning more than any Tortelli man has ever earned before. She's working in fast food, she's dressed like a chicken, and the outfit is just fabulous. And she's earning $5 something per hour. I didn't write it down, but I'm pretty sure it was $5 something. And Anthony points out that no woman Tortelli has ever earned that much, and Nick points out no Tortelli has ever earned that much. So way to go, Annie. The rest of it is, it's fine. Nick is actually doing something quite nice for charity to try and raise money. He offers a year of free TV repair service to whoever makes the biggest donation, which, to be fair, sounds like a big commitment, but how many times does a TV set break in a year? Even in the 80s, I imagine they didn't break that frequently. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they were more robust in the 80s than they are now. But nevertheless, he offers this, and I won't say how much the highest bid is, but I'll just say he didn't raise a lot for charity. Any money is good money, but it definitely wasn't a lot. And the episode is partly about him dealing with this bidder, or this donator, I guess. And then he is nominated for Man of the Year. And I won't say exactly how that plays out, but I feel like we didn't get from A to B in any way that I really believed. I wasn't buying that part of the narrative. I didn't think it was very convincing. I just don't think it made a tremendous amount of sense to me personally. So I didn't really like that part of the narrative either. The actual awards, the ceremony, I don't have any issues with that. It was fine. But I wasn't really into the narrative. I just didn't think it made a lot of sense. And that meant that coupled with just the lack of interesting things happening, meant that it didn't really offer me very much at all. So personal highlights would be, I guess, Nick just donating his time for charity. Nick of Cheers wouldn't do that. Nick Tortelli of the Tortellis is quite a different character. And I had actually, just to go off on a tangent, I had actually decided to not watch the Tortellis. This was after I watched Cheers the first time around. I wasn't quite as obsessed with the show as I am now. It is now my lifeblood. But when I got to the end of the show, I thought, do I want to watch the Tortellis? No, I want to just go back and watch Cheers from the beginning, which is ultimately what I did. But however many weeks ago, 8 weeks ago, I decided to give the Tortellis a chance because, quite frankly, I'm Cheers obsessed and I want to absorb everything Cheers that I can. Plus Norman Cliff feature in this, which was a bonus. And I'm pleased that I did, because it's allowed me to see Nick in a different light. And Nick of the Tortellis is definitely a different person to Nick of Cheers. He's a lot more of a slime ball in Cheers, and he actually seems like almost a more believable character in the Tortellis. So I'm really thankful that I watched this. And if you're listening to me now, and for whatever reason you haven't seen the Tortellis, but you have seen Cheers, and like me, you thought Nick's a slime ball, don't really want to watch the Tortellis, give it a go. Because actually, it's allowed me to see the character in a different light. And I really appreciate that. And I really enjoy that. And even though I didn't enjoy this episode particularly, I realised I was mentioning personal highlights. I'll continue with that in a moment. Even though I didn't enjoy this one, I still enjoyed Nick as a character, seeing this different side to him. And that's not to say he's completely different. There are still shady sides to him that we see here. But as a character, he's not too bad at all. Other personal highlights, Annie. Just in general, Annie, her job, the money she's making, the outfit she wore, all of that made me pretty happy. So, no, Man of the Year may not be my favourite episode of the Tortellis. But that being said, it was okay. I got through it. I wasn't bored. It wasn't a difficult watch. It's just definitely not going to be in my top 5 list.